find the relative major and the minor. First and last key in this case is E flat. But if you had a B natural, although you said it's E flat, it could be the relative minor because of that raised seventh. But in this case, there isn't. Okay, step one is done. Okay, step two, you show your key. You show it. So in this case, you are in E flat. You show it by doing this below the bass clef. And you just did that one, not another one below. You just show E flat and then you write your colon there. If it was a relative minor, it would have been small c colon. Can't miss this step. Default. Okay, step two. Then, step three. This might be tedious, but to be safe, I encourage you to do this. Somewhere on the side, or somewhere, you map out all your scales in your key, or chordal scales. In this case, we're in E flat, so let me write the step. You map out all triads of the key. Maybe on the side somewhere, but not anywhere close to this. Maybe somewhere on the side or somewhere, so that you are accurate. You say chord 1 is E flat, G, B flat. Chord 2. Do not put anything there. Don't just say this or whatever. Make sure that it's correct, whether capital or small letters. So you need to determine, so E, it must be F, going up, A, flat, because the key has A flat, C. Then you need to find out, is this major or minor, this chord? What is that chord? Major, minor, diminished, augmented, which one? F, A flat, C. Not sure. Someone says minor. Not sure. Okay, let's recap something. I'm nervous about that. Yes, you're right. It's a minor, but the silence is worrying me. So, to determine if you don't know how to answer this question, this is what you do. You draw the piano somewhere. 2, 3. Then I also said, if you have a combination of 2, 2, or you have, no, it was 3, 3. I'm sure you'll remember this. 3, 3, 3, 4, 4, 3, 4, 4. This was augmented. This was minor. This was major. And this was augmented. This is the distance between each note. Sorry?
That's augmented, 3, 3, or diminished.
Sorry, man. Yes, thanks, Mr. Kumar. Ah, Mr. Kumar. Yes. Correct, yes. Diminished, major, minor, major, augmented. I'm sure you remember I taught this before. Right? So you map this out, then you draw your piano. This is if now you're trying to figure out if your chords are major or minor. Because if you don't know, you won't get your Roman numerals right. As I said, you can't just say this is this. So you need to make sure that it's a small letter, minor, a capital letter, it's a major. If you can't answer this, go here. If something is diminished, it needs to have a distance between each interval. Distance of 3. For example, if you are D for donkey, alright, right? F A, F, F G A. There's my A. The distance between this and this, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so this is 3. We put a 3 there. Distance between this and this. This is just an example how you determine it. If 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 4. Therefore, it is what? A minor triad. Okay. Now let's find out this one. F A flat C. So if you continue with this. Okay, and then here's my F, A flat, and C. Between F and A flat, 1, 2, 3. A flat and C, 1, 2, 3, 4. Therefore, it is a minor triad. So then, we need to correct this to be a small letter. Very important. You can't make a mistake with this. Very important. Okay, these are my root notes. 1, 2, so it's going to be G here. G, B flat, D. What chord is it? The tonality of the chord. Sorry. Minor. G minor. Yes, thank you, sir. That is correct. G minor. Chord 4. E, F, G, A. Flat. Don't forget your flats. C, E flat. What is chord 4? Major, yes, correct. Okay. Then you have 5, then you have 6. I'll skip to 7. 7 will be D. So it will be D, F, A flat. And then what type of chord is this one?
Diminished.
Diminished, yes. Diminished, you put this on there. Okay, so step 3, you need to do this to be safe. Otherwise, you're going to give wrong chord qualities, tonal chords. It's very important. So that is step 3. I might as well do 4 and 5. 6, 5, 6. 5 is B flat, D, F, it's major. 6 is C, E flat, G, it's minor. C, E flat, G. Very important. Very important. Small, small, capital, 5 capital, small 6, 7 diminished. Diminished as this circle here. Very important. If you can't do this, go back to this. We did this term 1. Okay. Good. Now, step 4. The last step is melodic possibilities. What this means is if you are E flat, you have C there, for example. Yes, it is the soprano, so it's a melody. You need to use your map and figure out the options based on this note C. So you need to find out all notes have 3 options, all of them. So this note is C. Where does C belong in your mapping out? So you look at your chordal scale, your triads, and find C. Chord 1 not there. EGB. FAC, yes, there's C there. So chord 2 is a possibility because it's C, no, because it's FAC. F, A flat, C, there's my C. FAC, chord 2, GBD, 3, chord 4 is what? ACE. Chord 4 is a major, A flat, C, E flat. Last possibility. 4, 5, B flat, D, F. 6, C, E flat, G. It's a minor triad. C, E flat, G. Step 4. This is what you're doing. You're finding where your note C is, chordally speaking. There's a C, there's a C, and there's a C. That's chord 4. For each note that you see in your question, you map out the possibilities. All those chords you need or can use under this. But not just anyone, because you need to look at what's coming next. Because not only are you working vertically like this, you need to look at horizontally where you're going. Because certain chords resolve to certain chords. 2 can only go to whatever. Chord 4 can only lead to highly likely chord 5. Chord 6 needs to go to another chord. So you need to map out all the possibilities. Let's say we have G. Right? You need to do the same thing for this G. Where does it exist? G can go to, so chord 1, major, because it's E flat G, D. Chord 3, G, B, D. Not chord 4, B, D, F 5, C, E, G, chord 6. C, E flat, G. So you're mapping out your next chord now. There's my G, there's my G, there's my G. Right. So vertically, you have your possibilities, you have your possibilities. Now your question is, what is the best chord progression horizontally that can work? Because certain chords lead to certain chords. If you use chord 1, chord 2, it can't go to chord 1. Remember the diagram I showed you? 1, 4, 5 with the arrows.
Yes.
Please, you need to revise that. Very important. Chord 2 cannot go to chord 1. So you can't use that. If you're looking at chord 2, it can only go to chord 6, chord 4, or even chord 5. There's 6 you can use. That's your first option. If you're using chord 4, highly likely goes to chord 5. Chord 4 doesn't go to chord 5 doesn't go to chord 4, guys. Please. 5 does not go to chord 4. Write it down somewhere. Never do that. You can't have highly active tones. E flat. Oh, this piano is nice. Alright, and then you go to 4. Sorry. Then you go to 5. This wants to go to 1. Back to 4. See, it has those active tones. Each note itself wants to literally go back. This wants to stay. This wants to stay. can't take 5 to 4. Never do that. It's called retrogression. Do not do that. Okay, so this goes to 5. You don't have 5 here. 4 can't go to 3. It also can't go to 6. So you can't use this option. You can't use the option. So you're thinking now, horizontally speaking, this is out. You can't use this. If you're using 6, 6 can go back to 6. You can do that. You can double 6 and 6. 6 to 1, no. 6 to 3, no. This can work. Right. Chord 3, you have to do it very. It's a specific chord. You can't just use it anyhow. I said I'm going to do chord 3. Appears in third year. We start using chord 3. So you can see now your option is this or this. Does this make sense? At least it's like steps that you can apply to do this. You can't just do it. You need to, it's methodical. If you don't apply the steps, then obviously it's going to fall apart. I'm not even going to do step 5. Step 5 is your rules. That's another story. Your consecutive fifths, consecutive octaves, crossing voices, all those things is another story. But if you get this, at least you'll be fine. You'll be safe if you do this. Okay. Right, can we do 4.1 then, please? So let's do that one in E flat. I'll just come around and mark it.